Trying to think of something I can actually test out. Hold on. I can't. Yeah. Okay. Hello test. I just test that name is set. So. And this is nothing SBT specific. This is just Scala test, and I'm not that familiar with it, so likely to screw this one up. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's get this compiling in the background so we can see how badly I get it wrong. Can I get this on the screen at the same time? Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay, that's kind of the best we do. Okay, we're compiling our tests. So I'll just hit save just to make sure something's happening down there. Success so far. Can we see that far down the screen? Is that okay? Okay. So this is one way of using Scala test. I think there are many others. What was it? What do I call it? Hello dot name. Hello dot name. Okay. Should equal LSUG. Okay, so that's the test. Let me just let's just definitely screw this up. Okay, definitely compile error. So that's compiling it, which is all great. But we want to run the test, which is test. And again, it's pretty verbose, but you see all tests pass. And you can do the same thing, tilde test, and it'll run the test and then wait for us to change the test. And there's an error down there, test failed, hello test. So this is kind of quite a nice way to develop. One feature I use a lot with SBT is something called test quick. And what this does is it does monitor your files for changes and runs the tests, but it also only runs the tests which have failed or let's get this right, or has a dependency that you've changed. So it doesn't have to run all the tests. So if I write another test in here, another test. Okay, you saw at the bottom there, it ran, and it's still waiting for changes. So I'm just going to paste in hello test and change it. Okay, so if I jump down there, let's see if you can see, does it show you which tests actually run? Okay, so here it ran another test, but you notice it didn't run hello world test because hello world test hasn't changed, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure what happens if I change hello here, whether it's smart enough to know only to run hello test or whether it'll run all the tests. I'm not sure, so let's find out. Anyone see what it did? Okay, it ran just hello world test, which actually is pretty cool. I wasn't sure if it would actually do that, but that's great. So those are some of the features I use in SBT. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of other commands in here for packaging up things into jar files, for jumping into the Scala REPL. Anybody else got any favourite commands that are worth running to demonstrate? Or sorry? SH, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know that one, yeah. SH is great, yeah, for listings, yeah.
The console's one of the things I use.
Okay. Fantastic. So I type console and we're in the console window. Let me just bring that up a little bit. So I guess I now have access to hello. Yeah, okay, that's a really cool one. Would anybody else like to share?
So there was a graph something action, I know that generates a graph with your classes.
Don't know. Let's see if I can get out of Scala and find out. Graph package, graph source.
No idea what that does.
Well, let's see what happens. It's graph source. Yeah, that's great. Success. I don't know what that's done. We don't know, do we? How about we use the internet? Which you can't see, it's off your screen, isn't it? So I should say this is a pretty useful. Obviously, the wiki on the Simple Build Tools site is full of actually genuinely useful stuff for an open source project. It is. You can usually find stuff in here. So now I've got to live up to this and try and find information about this graphing thing. Graph, was it? Okay. Oh. Okay, can you see that? It produces a graphviz dot file for, yeah, so you're right, it is drawing a picture somewhere. I have no idea how to use that output though. But yeah, okay, but dot files I'm familiar with. It's kind of like kind of not flow charty, but kind of box and lines type kind of output you usually see. So that's kind of the SBT intro really. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to noodle with. You can see it's pretty straightforward. SBT starts, creates a project directory for you. You can just use that, or you can add dependencies in a project definition file, reload, update to go and get them, and start using them. Oh yeah.
One of the good things is all the dependencies are loaded in lib managed, but you can just chuck jars in lib directory. So I imagine maybe when you have to back around and access whatever to get these jars in. Well, SBT, if you've got something that's not, but not in the repository, just chuck in lib directory.
So I think this thing actually builds jar files.
Yes, I believe it will build jar files. Yes. No, I can't, but we can try.
Well, in migrating to Scala, it's quite important thing to do. You have to build project which means Java and Scala. So we are trying to run some tests, Java tests, because it doesn't make a lot. Is it some common issue?
There's a magic dependency you have to do, I can't remember what it is, to be able to run JUnit tests. So it doesn't detect JUnit tests out of the box, it does detect specs and Scala tests, but not JUnit. But there is a plugin that does that. Yeah, but
There you go. Okay, at the back.
Oh, no. I already read it.
Okay, any more?
So, the Dojo code uses JUnit to do the test. So do we need this, or can we just add JUnit as it depends?
Well, it sounds like you need this to run them.
Okay.
So,
We should definitely roll the tests to kind of this as well. So
Should we just kind of redo the...
it takes long.
The other thing I would say is that the other command that I use all the time because I'm generally doing web is Jetty Run, and much like make Jetty Run, just go fire it like that. And you can talk with Jetty Run as well.
cool.
You mentioned Gyrable earlier.
Mm.
Is that free payments to use with Scala?
In fact, they give you free licenses to do it.
Really? Normally it's about prices.
Yeah.
$3.
You are responsible when you are with the free license.
So I use JRebel with SBT because when I'm doing web development, I like to just have Jetty running and then just change some code. It gets compiled, and I can just hit refresh.
And you run out of memory.
So what happens is you sometimes run out of perm-gen space.
Yeah.
So let's see. So that's how I'm starting up SBT.
It's a big giant memory.
That's pretty huge, actually, isn't it? I probably just whacked in some number one day and just live with it.
That's the reason.
No? For permanent generation. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, so there is a free license of JRebel costs. I think it's something like $99 or $199 a year. But if you're doing Scala development, you can get a free license. So do, you add some magic JVM startup parameters when you start SBT, and it works. There's no other configuration other than just a bunch of minus stuff to the JVM. Okay. Cool. There are some resources I think are good. The SBT wiki we've seen. Oh, you can't see that either. And the other one is there's a talk at Scala Days, which is kind of more about building on SBT. I think it's really worth looking at. And there's also a screencast I've done of building Lift web apps using SBT. Okay, what's next?
All right. Well, what we can do is we'll leave all those links out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing this. Next, we've got Phil. Who can do very kindly